Today, today I am discussing the R matrix. Uh, Before you use matrix in C++, but now I am discussing same thing. Is discussing R matrix uh, in data science. The matrix, the matrix in R is the most two-dimensional data structure. In R matrix, data is stored in row and columns, and when we can access the matrix element using both the raw index and column index like an Excel file. Okay. So basically matrix is a two-dimensional rectangular data set. It can be created using a vector input to the matrix function. So how to create a matrix? In this example, we create a matrix. M is equal to matrix C, A, B, B, N. In row, in column, by row is equal to true. Print, এটা হচ্ছে result. When we execute the above code, it produces the following result. এইবারে এই রেজাল্টটাকে আমরা এইভাবে যদি আমি লিখি তাহলে রেজাল্টটার আউটপুটটা আসবে ঠিক এইভাবে দুটো তিনটে ম্যাট্রিক্স ওকে arrays. What is array? What is array? In array, data is stored in the form of matrix, rows and columns. Clear? We can use the matrix level. We can use the matrix level, raw index and column index to access the matrix element. Our array are the data objects. Our array are the data object which can store data in more than two dimensions. An array is created using the array first bracket function. Okay, we can use vector as input and create an array using below mentioned values in the dim parameters. How can I create an array? To create an array, আমরা এইরকম ভাবে একটা অ্যারে লিখতে পারি। এই প্রিন্ট এ দিয়ে আমি বোঝাচ্ছি, পরের আউটপুটটা আমি দেখাচ্ছি। When execute the above code, it produces the following result. Okay, so this is the array syntax. This is the array syntax. Matrix arrays. Now I am telling you the factors. Factors. R factor is used to store categorical data as labels. Factor are the R object, which are created using a vector. It stores the vector along with distinct values of the elements in the vector as tables. The labels are always character irrespective of whether it is numeric or character or Boolean. In input vector, they are useful in statistical modeling. Factor are created using factor are created factor under a first bracket function. The n levels function gives the count levels. Here the labels or different type of factors are here. So factors in creating factors, generating factor levels, accessing components of factors, modifying factor function. What is R factor? So what is R factor? R factor are variable. It takes limited number of different values. Hence, those variables are often known as categorical variables. Categorical variables. In order to categorize the data and store it on multiple levels, we use the data object called R factor. So, what is R factor? R factor, again I am telling you, please write down, R factor are variables. Okay. It takes a limited number of different values. Hence, those variables are often known as categorical variables. Okay. In order to categorize the data and store it on multiple levels, we use data object called R factor. They can store both string and integer. They are also useful in the columns which have a limited number of unique values. The factor is stored as integers. They have labels associated with these unique integers. We need to be careful. We need to be careful while treating factor like strings. Factor contains a predefined set values called levels. Levels, Levels, levels. By default, are always sorts level in alphabetical order. Clear? So, attributes of R factors. Three types of attributes are X, the input vector that to be transferred into vector. Levels, Levels, levels. This is an optional vector that represents a set of unique values that are taken by X. Now, I'm defining levels, Labels. It is a character vector that corresponds to the number of levels. Exclude. With this attribute, now fourth attribute is exclude. With this attribute, we specify the values to be excluded, ordered. Ordered হচ্ছে number fifth attributes of a factor. This is a logical attribute that determines the levels should be in order. Now, last one is in max factor attribute. In max. This attribute specifies the upper bound for the maximum number of levels. Now, I am showing you an example how to create a vector. Apple, color, green, yellow. This is create a vector subject, apple, print. Okay. N levels. N levels. This is the parameters. Now, output of this yellow, green, green, yellow levels. Yes. Okay. Now I am telling you data frame. What is data frame? Data frame are tabular data objects, unlike a matrix in data frame. Each column can contain each different modes of data. The first column can be numeric, while the second column can be character and third column can be logical. It is a list of vectors of equal length. Data frames are created using data.frame function. Okay. First of all, we are going to discuss from where the concept of data frame came. The origin of data frame stems from intensive empirical research in the world of statistical software. The tabular data is referred by the data frame, in particular